We are now live on Telegram. I had no audio, but now we do. We were, I don't think my audio was on, was it? Audio was off. Okay, so we're now broadcasting live on Telegram. New channel, 16 out of 16 channels. We are now live on Telegram. I had no audio, but now we do. We were, I don't think my audio was on. How do I mute this? Audio was off. Okay, so we're now broadcasting live on Telegram. New channel, 16 out of 16 channels. We are now live on Telegram. I had no audio. How do you turn the volume down? We were, I don't think. Hey man, there's no volume. This is so stupid. The player has no volume, has no mute. What? New channel, 16 out of 16 channels. We are now live on Telegram. What the fuck? This is the dumbest player I've ever seen. Hey man, there's no volume. This is so stupid. Wow, that's fucking stupid. The player has no volume, has no mute. What? New channel, 16 out of 16 channels. What the fuck? This is the dumbest player I've ever seen. Holy shit, where's the other? Where's the other? Telegram's open on my. The player has no volume, has no mute. What? New channel. I don't know where that sounds. Give me a second. I don't know where the sound's coming from. The dumbest player I've ever seen. Holy shit, where's the other? Where's the other? Telegram's open on my. Dude, where's this fucking sound coming from? Give me a second. I don't know where the sound's coming from. Holy shit, where's the other? This is so stupid and weird. Dude, where's this fucking sound coming from? So I guess when you turn off Telegram, it stays on and you don't realize that it's still on. You know, I clicked it and I shut it down and it was still on. Funny, right? Oh, that's obnoxious. So closing the window doesn't close the Thank you guys for bearing with me during that nightmare. So yeah, we are live streaming to Telegram, I believe. And I am I'm at Nays Garden, not Ben Shader. I'm Nays Garden on Telegram. Okay, great. Yeah, so if you're looking for me on Telegram, look up Nays Garden. I got the title wrong on this show. Are you guys still here? Anybody still here? Let me know. Oh, hey, Sean.
AKA Trendy Orca. Morning.
Good morning.
Doc Colin Daisy. Still here, bro. Andrew, hey. Anybody see a nay?
Hey, Adam.
Andrew, hey.
Andrew, Doc.
I'm still here.
Good, we're
Adam
live.
Benson. Hello.
Adam, did you see I added you on Telegram? So we're...
Adam Benson.
Oh, just stopped in?
Just stopped in.
I was just wondering if you saw that I was on Telegram
Sean,
too.
AKA Trendy Orca. Feeling trendy as a motherfucker.
Okay.
Adam Benson. Yeah.
Yo, you saw that I added you on Telegram? Cool. Well, I just added Telegram, even though it's
Roger
a pain in the ass. I'm probably
Batchelder.
not going to be using it because you have to open Telegram every time you go live and click on Telegram and click play there too. And that's, you don't have to do that for any other channel. So I'm probably not going to be doing that. I'll be forgetting it, I'm sure, all the time. But it's there, you know, so if anybody, maybe, who knows, maybe Telegram will pick me up and a whole bunch of people will see me there. Or maybe it's just for my own contacts that see me on Telegram. I don't know if they promote the show over there. I don't think random
Jody
people can
Melnick.
see it. It has to only be friends, so.
Morning, Ben and Adam.
Jody, hello.
Sean, aka Trendy Orca. Nay, even my cat meows when you ask.
Oh,
if
your
anybody
cat is
can
smarter
hear.
than a lot of my freaking audience
Adam
members.
Benson. Morning, Jody.
You have a very smart cat.
Sean,
What can I say?
AKA Trendy Orca. Hear you, LOL.
Right? Today is Cleaning Crew Thursdays. They'll be coming in here.
Voice to text doesn't know how to spell your name, bro.
Doesn't know how to spell my name. Voice to text.
Sean, aka Trendy Orca. He is too smart.
Your cat's too smart. man.
Adam Benson. Jody's game.
It's 7:10, so I'm just going to go with that.
Adam Benson. Name.
Name? Oh, Jody's name. No law regarding cannabis. Everybody cheers. It is 7:10. Cheers.
Jody Melnick. Adam Jodyyyyyy.
I have an exceptional capacity for cannabis smoke.
Surrounded by Keith. Cheers. Jody Melnick. Adam, where was that Rogers Waters show you posted?
Orlando. That was in Orlando.
Sean, aka Trendy Orphan. So that True Black kicked your hindquarters past?
Oh yeah, put me right to sleep, and that's what it's supposed to do. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. All right, screw this channel. I'm not even down with this anymore. Whatever.
Adam Benson. Yep, Orlando. I got some killer sheets of that deal. Jody Melnick.
Yeah,
Cool,
we're going
and
to
the
talk about a
game,
few
Adam.
things here today, man.
Sean, aka Trendy Orca. Glad it works for you.
We talked about it yesterday. West Point has a Ku Klux Klan insignia on a plaque that's outside the West Point Bartlett Hall Science Center. And I wonder how many people walked by that, seen it, and just been, ooh. So I'm just going to make a generalization here about people in the military. That all of these recruits at West Point that are going into our military are all so dumb. No, I'm sorry, Mom. I was talking over here. They're all so dumb. I'm sorry. I'm talking. Sorry. They're all so dumb that they walk past that Ku Klux Klan plaque and do nothing about it. They go in the Science Center. They go do their stuff. Outside, there's a Ku Klux Klan plaque on the building that they're studying inside. And none of these soldiers, future soldiers of America, had the balls to do something about it. That's America's military. Those are the people that are going into our military. They were fine to go into a building that said Ku Klux Klan on the outside of it. They were fine with that. So next time you hear Donald Trump talking about our boys in blue, our men and women in uniform, and how great they all are, remember they were all these West Point students that are going into the military. Yeah, they're all going past a Ku Klux Klan logo and saying nothing about it, pretending like it's not there. So, you people in uniform, you don't impress me at all. Just one more example of how you guys are not worth the shit that people claim you are. Not even a tenth of the shit they claim you're worth. Fuck you. All right? All of them. All of those motherfuckers. And, they put that up in the 60s. They put that plaque up in the 60s. And it's been there ever since. Right on the front door, man. Right next to the front door, I guess. The commission responsible for requesting that it be taken down decided not to request it be taken down because it fell out of its scope of criteria for removal. You know,
Jody Melnick.
it wasn't Confederate.
Growing up in the 80s military service was always a threat for my dad for my bad behavior.
Yeah, me too. My mom and dad used to threaten me with that. We're going to send you to military school.
Sean, aka Trendy Orca.
Hey, bees.
Crazy nobody has caught that shit.
Good morning. Rogan's awake. He's finally woken. He has not been outside yet. But we'll see if he lays down. If he wants to go outside. He's good for now. Hey, bees. Well, no, Sean, they all caught it. They all see those plaques there. You know, everybody knew it was there.
Doc Hollandaisy. Bezo.
But just so you know who your United States military is, they have no problem sitting in a science center that's got a Ku Klux Klan plaque outside the building, proudly displayed for all to see. Oh, military. Oh, the military are the finest people in the world. Oh, our boys in blue. Oh, our men and women in service. Oh, they're fine. You know, they're all fucking pieces of shit, low IQ motherfuckers.
Jody
Fuck
Melnick.
all of you. How about that?
Tom
You should have done
Thomas,
something about
Stolen
that.
Valor.
And you're all guilty of it.
Surrounded by Keith.
West Point. Are you
A
kidding me?
total of 3 large bronze plaques mounted at the entrance of Bartlett Hall Science Center that includes an image of a hooded figure and the words Ku Klux Klan written below it. Big Merc 83.
Hey, Merc.
Sup Trendy.
You want to talk about systemic racism? Let's talk about the plaque outside West Point, you know? Let's talk about that. You tell me it's not systemic racism in this country.
Morning.
And nobody says anything about that since the 1960s. No one does anything about it. It just stays there
Surrounded by
like
Keith.
someone rubbed human feces on the
That's
wall.
insane.
And everyone just looks at it and walks by it. Oh, Ku Klux Klan. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go do some science now at West Point because I got a Ku Klux Klan sign outside. Fucking great. Yeah, that's where I want to go study science at, inside that building. So, fuck the United States military. Fuck West Point. Okay? Y'all are complicit. All right? You're all complicit. Science Center, my ass. So, you know, fuck your military and fuck your fucking war. Okay, you're taking our fucking money and sending it to other fucking countries. You're taking American soldiers, you're putting them in Syria where they're getting murdered. You're stealing oil. You know, you're pouring money into a fucking endless war that won't end
I shouldn't be surprised.
because Russia ain't gonna give up. This is so weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. It should feel weird. It should feel really weird. West Point. Yeah, you should burn the fucking entire school to the ground over that bullshit. Fuck those motherfuckers. You know, that shit doesn't even belong in a museum as far as I'm concerned. Oh, but it's history. Oh, it's history.
Jody Melnick. Joe Rogan said Kayleigh McEnany was the best press SEC ever. Brutal.
Yeah, Joe Rogan can be a fucking idiot too, you know, on multiple levels. That's just one more level of Joe Rogan being a fucking idiot, Jody. You know, am I right? Kayleigh McEnany was the best press secretary ever? Really? I wonder how many times she lied for Donald Trump, you know?
Surrounded by Keith. She was the most annoying, cringy, which press SEC. Jody Melnick. Yes, sir.
He says some dumb shit,
Sean,
man.
aka Trendy Orca. I agree, put it in a hole in the ground and light that piece of shit on fire.
Right, John?
Surrounded by Keith.
Fuck the Klan, dude.
She lied all the time. It was disgusting.
Oh, but it's history. It's history.
Surrounded by Keith. She was mini Trump.
So body cam footage shows Ohio police shooting man in bed. An unarmed man in his bed in his own apartment. Graphic video. Okay. They got a fucking police dog in this guy's apartment. Oh my God. There he is. Oh, and they just shoot him. He's laying in his bed and they just fucking shot him. Dude. Why the fuck? Why did they fucking do that, man?
Surrounded by Keith. Ohio police release body cam video after
Oh
officer
my-
fatally shoots black man holding a vape
Dude,
pen.
they showed them shoot the guy, and it's like you can see the guy had both his hands like this, and they just boom, blew him away. Guy's hands were in the air like this. You know, he was getting up out of bed, so yeah, his hand was behind him for a second, but he was like that, and they just shot him. I guess he had a vape pen in his hand. Dude, you can't even see anything in his hand. He didn't have anything big in his hand, anything that could have hurt the police officers. And then they cut away right then. But oh, that's fucking crazy. Holy shit, man. I'm sitting here like in shock after watching that video, man. Wow. What else?
Sean aka Trendy Orca. He wasn't a threat. Why did they fire? I want to know what their bullshit excuse is to cap a man in his own bed.
Here's a little squirrel right here with a little acorn in his mouth. Right here. Hey, little buddy. He's walking right around that plant. Oh man, you're gonna see him here. He might be on
Surrounded
camera.
by Keith.
He's right at the base of that
No
plant
weapon
somewhere.
found on bed. Only a vape pen.
Oh yeah, he didn't have.
Sean
I don't think he had
aka
anything in his
Orca.
hand.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Oh no, he took off. I think he took off with his little acorn. I don't know where he went. Anyway, come back over here. No, that police officer, they trespassed into that man's home. Okay, so they trespassed. They murdered a guy, and they need to be charged with trespassing and murder, criminal trespassing and criminal murder. They walked right into his house and murdered him. I don't understand. Man, I hope that fucking pig is in jail right now.
Surrounded by Keith. And now cops go on a paid vacation.
God, man. Put the pigs in prison. I just tweeted that shit. I got a fresh bowl packed, man. Sarah Palin lost the election in Alaska by just a few points, so that's kind of scary that it was even close. But looks like the target was on her back now, huh? Oh, cringe. Cringeful.
Qualified immunity shouldn't cover shit like this. A badge is not a license to kill people. It's still a homicide unless proven as justified and unavoidable.
It's fucking murder.
Surrounded by Keith. Yeah. First Native Alaskan to win that office.
I'd like to spit in that pig's face right now.
Surrounded by Keith. Or maybe first Native Alaskan woman, I forget.
Biden threatens Mexico over oil. Bitcoin's about to crash worse, they're saying. What else? Horrible economic crisis, impending doom. Everything will collapse. 6 days ago, Charlie Munger. Huh. Most people will lose everything. Huh, that's kind of worth watching. Joe Biden's arresting more people for cannabis than Donald Trump did during his administration.
Surrounded by Keith. Lots of collapse videos out there. Surrounded by Keith. Like it's coordinated. Sean aka Trendy Orca. Wait, Biden threatens Mexico dementia and chief threatens what? LOL.
Keith, it's not coordinated. That's just silly. Silly fucking conspiracy theorist, man. Yeah, it's coordinated. Everybody wants the whole world to collapse, and they've been planning it for years. It's a coordinated collapse of everything. Yeah, that'll be great, man. Everyone benefits. What are you even thinking, man? Come on. That's silly. Yeah, we planned this pandemic, and we planned the climate change, and we planned the economic collapse of everything. We planned the war. We planned all of these factors, dude. I mean, come on. Evil Republic. I know. That's funny. Evil Republican politicians, right? Yeah, right.
Sean, aka Trendy
too much money, it eventually causes terrible trouble. We're closer to terrible trouble than we've been in the past.
Oh, dude, no. This is one of those stupid fucking B-roll.
Surrounded by Keith. And they all say it's happening anytime now. Do it.
No more
Search it.
B-roll BS videos. Please. Stopped watching it 33 seconds in. I didn't even pull it up on my live stream. Fuck you with your fucking B-roll bullshit. I can't handle that shit.
Nugs money.
8 B-roll videos on YouTube, man. Come up with your own fucking content. Quit going out and buying a fucking Sony fucking disc of B-roll footage with, everything in there typed in so you can just type in what it is you want an image of. I want an image of someone looking at a laptop. I want an image of someone looking at stocks and sweating. I want an image of somebody on their cell phone talking. I want an image of somebody carrying a briefcase. I want an image of people eating lunch together. I want an image of someone in a car. And it's all this stupid, HD photography. Cleaning Crew Thursdays has commenced. Cleaning Crew Thursdays. They're here. They're going to start cleaning. That's what's going on. Cleaning Crew Cam is in full effect. There you go. There's the Cleaning Crew Cam. You guys will be able to keep your eye on the cleaning action as the clean happens.
Josh G. What's up? I miss anything yet?
Yeah, you did.
Surrounded by Keith. Don't believe the fear shit.
Don't believe the fear shit. Oh, now you're saying you don't believe that the economy and everything else around is going to collapse. Is that what you're saying, Keith? Oh, you should believe it. You should definitely believe it. It's collapsing, bro. I mean, I warned you guys about this for years. You know, I'm just sitting here watching it now. I don't have to talk about it that much anymore. I don't have to. Because people like you should start realizing that it's true. It's not a conspiracy. It's not, fear mongering like you're trying to say now. No, it's really happening, bro. There's people literally dying from this shit.
Pigs in prison. Nays Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden.
That's what you're saying?
Garden Show at Trivia News for the full podcast.
I got a green bowl of cannabis packed and I'm ready to smoke it and enjoy it. What say you?
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Okay, I'm saying that too. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers. That's what else I'm saying.
Surrounded by Keith. It's not happening in a few days like they are saying. Dude, we're on the same page. I don't like bullshit info.
My dog still hasn't been outside. He's just looking at me, chilling.
Surrounded by Keith. Sean, aka Trendy Orca. I'm about to make a cup of Kofak with my Keurig Hawaiian blend, a dark roast. Cheers. Big Merc 83. Cheers, morning cannabis and coffee before worky work.
Donald Trump's lawyer admitted that he knew that he had top secret paperwork. She's such an idiot. She ruined everything for Trump.
Key levels that we need to be watching here for Bitcoin moving into the month of September. My name's Lark. I make videos on investing. If you like that topic, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Is the month of September going to suck for Bitcoin? Well, historically, it has. And in today's video, I want to discuss the charts with you, looking at some of the key levels that we need to be watching here for Bitcoin moving into the month of September. My name's Lark. I make videos on investing. If you like that topic, make sure to...
I'd love to see it, bro. I'd love to see it. I've predicted Donald Trump was going to get thrown in jail many times and been wrong. That's one thing I always get wrong, is when I say Donald Trump's definitely going to get busted for this one. And then I realize there's no one around to hold him accountable. Joe Biden is a fucking pussy. Okay? He's a pussy. Kamala Harris is a pussy. Neither of them are going to stand up against Donald Trump. They don't have the balls. They're not going to appoint a special prosecutor, which is their job, to prosecute Donald Trump for his crimes. And until he does that, until someone does that, Donald Trump's going to keep skating away, man. He's got lawyers to take the blame for everything. His fall guys and gals. And he doesn't care about them. You think he cares if Giuliani's going to go to prison? He doesn't care if his own son goes to prison, bro. You ever heard him ever defend his children? Ever? Try to stick up for his little cocaine-riddled fucking son? You know? No. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. You know, The day he's gone, in coming quick enough for
Sean,
me.
aka Trendy Orca. Pelosi might find a way to
Getting
get her.
antsy.
Surrounded by Keith. Today around 1 p.m. Eastern Time, judge will rule on Trump's request for a master or whatever LOL.
And you know what? That won't hurt anything. That's not all that master can do is remove personal items that don't affect this case at all. You know, like that Time magazine cover.
Big Merc 83.
That's it.
He probably forgot he has a son.
To subscribe to the channel and also tap on the thumbs up button. Let me know you do appreciate this kind of content. Now let's get into it. Okay, now let's get into this. And I want to start off by talking about narratives because the Ethereum merge is coming up on September 15th. Obviously, this is massively important. Ethereum represents 40% of the entire cryptocurrency market when taken as an entire network, all the tokens that operate on top of Ethereum. It's a big damn deal what's happening. But once that happens, there's not really any new narratives leading to the end of the year. They're going to pump up markets. What are we looking forward to? Recessions in the UK, recession in Europe, recession in the United States, energy crisis, Chinese real estate market crisis.
This is what we're looking forward to, Lark, and you're missing the point. What we're looking forward to is all of these systems that are based on the dollar are going to fail. And that's going to leave crypto a wide open space, man, to fill. So I don't know why you're not mentioning that.
Crisis. Where are crypto narratives to pump up the markets? I'm not seeing them currently, and things can always emerge later on this year, but this Ethereum merge is the big deal. And after that, not a lot to bring that hype into the markets leading into the end of the year. So that is something to keep in mind, especially because the Ethereum merge may end up being a buy the rumors, sell the news kind of event. Of course, it's nice to have one more little pump before we have a sell the news on the 15th of September. But normally, I'd like to point out, September's not super awesome months for the markets. So we can see here, over the last 10 years, we have had
everything long, bro. Everything
this
long.
year. 7 of the last 9 Septembers have been in the red. And yeah, that's a bit anecdotal, and it's a bit to an extent of a meme to look at this, right? But it is worth noting that Septembers are usually bad months for the market. They're usually red months. And with all the stuff going on in the world right now, I would not be surprised if this is another month that is in the red. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to drop 50% to $10,000 or something this month. It could just mean that we finish the month down at $19,000, down a couple percent, for example. Or if we do get a green month, it'll be so anemic, it won't really matter that much. We're up 1% by the end of the month. Yay. Could have a lot of price volatility again going around the September 15th Ethereum merge event. Now, the good news, if you can pay any attention to Bitcoin monthly returns on a historical basis and try and extrapolate some kind of future information out of those, is that October tends to be a pretty damn good month. In fact, it's the inverse of September's, where 7 of the last 9 Octobers have been quite strong green months. Where September's been mildly bad, October's generally been pretty damn good for Bitcoin. Is that going to happen again this time? We shall see. Again, there's not a lot of narratives coming to help push the markets up, but something could always emerge. So we shall see if this all plays out this year or not. By the way, before we get into talking about the monthly charts for Bitcoin, if you don't have yourself an account on Bybit yet, you gotta get yourself one. It's the best place for long description to check it out. Now, let's talk about the Bitcoin charts. The last 3 monthly candles have closed basically just around the 2017 previous all-time high for Bitcoin, which came in at like $19,900. This has been very, very interesting price action. We've been just managing to defend that line, but barely. And this monthly candle is pretty damn ugly for the month of August. Big fat red candle, strong rejection here at the 50-week exponential moving average. We can see the price did come up there, but blammo, we came right back down.
Blammo is one of my favorite things that
Finishing the
he'll
month
say it almost
just
every
above
show. He'll
that
say blammo. I love
key
it.
area of price support. I think if we start closing some candles like a monthly or even a weekly candle,
I like
down
listening
here
for
in
shit
sort
like
of like
that.
the $19,000 range or under $19,000, things could get real rough real quick for the cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin has not been looking super awesome recently. Now, if we can manage a bounce here from this previous all-time high price support area, that's good. That brings a bit of hope in. Maybe we have found our bottom. But if we fail to hold that, if the September monthly candle closes below this orange line, not awesome. Not awesome at all. And again, historically, Septembers have been pretty rough months for the markets. We do also, worth noting, we are seeing Bitcoin currently at near record low RSI readings. Now, currently, the month of June holds the record for the lowest monthly RSI reading ever, but we're pretty damn close. We've been low for a while, although we have not reached oversold. But reaching an oversold RSI monthly reading would be brutal beyond belief. That would be like, $10,000 Bitcoin here, guys, and that's not something to necessarily want to see for the markets. I mean, oh, hey, great buying opportunity, but the carnage and chaos that causes would take a while to recover from. One interesting thing too, we can look at the MACD here, and the MACD has actually come back down, heading actually just below the zero line right now. So it's just like at, not even quite at minus 0.01, but it's just below the zero line currently. That is an area that has previously marked market bottoms, right? So if we go back and look back here into history a little bit, we can see last time we had that happening, where it actually started crossing underneath, that was deep into the bear market of 2015. And actually the bottom had already come in by that point back in January 2015. If we look back at, well, we didn't exactly touch the bottom, but we can actually see that at its lowest point here back in 2018, 2019, actually came in April of 2019. That was the lowest point here on the MACD before it started reversing higher. And of course, that actually came in just before a market rally. So likely we're closer to a bottoming scenario, or the bottom has already come in back here in June, according to this potential setup from the MACD. But things can always go lower. Things can always be worse than you imagine them to be. But right now, I think the market is pricing in a lot of
it's time to
fear,
smoke.
right?
No
All
law
this
regarding
crazy is
cannabis,
happening in the
everybody.
markets
Cheers.
currently. We have what's happening in China and Europe and recessions and all this stuff. And look, Bitcoin hasn't been around for a gigantic global recession. We haven't been around for a Great Depression style global market event. We haven't been around for stagflation, which is likely what we're heading for. I'm making a video on that for you in a couple of days. Make sure to check that out. But yeah, we shall see how September plays out for our monthly candle. Will we break the curse and put in a green month? We're pretty damn close to important lows here, important support. So a green candle's not off the table because we are so low. But then the macro stuff comes in and we realize, well, there's still a long way that we could fall. And that's painful, but important to keep an eye on as investors. Anyway, what do you think? Are we going to go?
He's doing the videos a little shorter now. I like that. They're a little bit shorter. You get through them pretty quick. I know you guys can find that stuff kind of dry if you don't understand it. So I apologize for the crypto stuff that you guys don't want to hear about.
Joe Hinckley. Hello, Nay.
Joe H. What's up, buddy? wonder if there's anything else. There was something I wanted to cover. Palin loss suggests waning voter indulgence of Trump
Stavo Virtuoso.
style spectacle candidates.
Morning, buddy.
Steve-O, what's up, buddy?
Stavo Virtuoso. Coffee and trees.
I'm out of coffee. I just ran out of coffee. I just drank my cup, man. But I do have the trees still. This piece of plastic can turn almost any gun into a machine gun. CNN reporting. I got the Telegram wrong name in the title, guys. It's at Nays Garden, not at Ben Shader. My bad. So, I remember what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Holy shit, bro. Cyber Reload said, hey, man, did you hear about the Bored Ape Yacht Club Nazi thing? I was like, no. He's like, yeah, bro, I'll send you the video. I was like, okay, yeah, send it. So I start watching that shit. Blew my fucking mind, dude. Fucking blew my mind. If you guys haven't seen that shit, you got to see it. You got to see it. It's fucking crazy. Man, once it's explained to you, you'll never look at Bored Ape Yacht Club the same way again. You know, once it's exposed.
Keith. Oh, the NFTs?
Yeah, not NFTs.
Joe
Bored
Hinckley.
Ape Yacht Club. Thank you, Joe, for the numbers.
19,131.23, 19,448.64, 19,820.91, 20,510.59, 20,828.00,
Thank you.
21,200.27.
I already got them copied into a file.
I brought that up maybe a few weeks ago.
File.
It's nuts. Was it the Phil-Ion video?
I'm gonna save it right now. Bollinger Bands. 19,131 to 21,2. So Cyber sends me this video, and I'm like, I'm watching it, and he gives you the premise from the very beginning, and you're like, okay, all right, I got you, you know, I got you, pal. And then he starts with the whole let's do this. Then he starts with the whole symbolism. And then you're just like, oh my God, dude. This is so bad. It's so bad. And there's conspiracy theories and things where you're like, yeah, that's a stretch. You're trying to make people believe this or that with the horrible evidence that you have to back it up. The evidence to back up the statements that this guy is making in this video about Bored Ape Yacht Club being anti-black, racist, white supremacist, Nazi, it's irrefutable. So I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright issue for showing you the video, but I would love to show you the video that Cyber sent me.
Surrounded by Keith. Just watched a debate about calling someone out as Nazi.
Really? Well, you're either Nazi or you're not. That's pretty cut and dry.
Surrounded by Keith. Nick Fuentes.
Oh, yeah, he's a fucking Nazi. That motherfucking Nick Fuentes, he's a fucking Nazi. Oh, yeah, he's a dumbass. And all the people that support him, do you know most of those are just, they're just little kids that don't even know what the fuck they're doing? Just on the internet to try to, be part of a thing, It's basically all it is.
Surrounded by Keith. Yeah, and that Destiny dude is platforming him.
I heard something about that. Somewhere. On Twitter, I think. Someone made that comment. Whoa, look at Luna plus 65, guys. Someone's making some money off Luna right now. Holy shit. Wow. So that's freaking happening. Let's get rid of that. I mean, why can't I ever get that right? Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. So I was thinking, maybe show you guys this video that Cyber sent me.
This could be a stretch, but I'm reminded.
Yeah, I was saying, they say that when they claim, something's a stretch and they're trying to convince you and they've got very poor evidence, this guy has insane facts to back up what he's saying. And it's all just right there.
Hey, sir, Nasef.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Like I don't know what kind of copyright issue I'd have with this video. Let me see if it says anything underneath it. Copyright disclaimer under 107 Copyright Act. Allowances made for fair use for purposes, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Okay, so if he's a fair use guy, then he's going to allow me to use his stuff.
Dude,
for the commentary. Great.
This is the video I linked in here maybe 3 weeks ago.
I'll show you the whole video, guys.
Fuck yeah, this video is amazing and eye-opening. Surrounded by Keith. I see reaction videos on YouTube.
Here.
Josh G. He allows reacts to his videos.
It's unethical, the practice of having inside jokes that are so fucked up to people who don't even understand them, and and basically making fun of people to their face, right? To me, that's really what's fucked up, and it's more fun. It's actually more, to me, that's the crime here. The crime isn't that they're Nazis and they're racist, which they might be, And I'm sure they are accelerationists who are people who are just basically nihilists who don't give a fuck and want to see the world burn. And like, to me, that's probably a worse thing than being anything, because you really are anti-human and you're selfish.
What if I told you that one of the most successful NFT collections in the world was pulling off the biggest troll in internet history? No, not convincing people that this ugly shit is art or that it has any value. What if I told you that hidden within Bored Ape Yacht Club was a series of 4chan trolling, racist imagery, and white supremacy dog whistles? And with a deep understanding of cipher and cryptography, the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are making a mockery of the entire world, pulling the strings of the global elite, including celebrities, athletes, actors, and influencers. This story is extremely complicated for many reasons. The problem with accepting the truth I'm about to tell you is that you have to have extensive knowledge of 4chan, internet culture, and symbolism to even wrap your head around this and understand the motive. The most important fact I'm about to tell you that you must remind yourself as we go along is that the entirety of Bored Ape Yacht Club is esoteric. By design, it is only meant to be understood by a select number of people with specialized knowledge. And as you can see here, it is considered based when others with that knowledge connect the dots. Almost all of the absurdist references present in Bored Ape Yacht Club are glaringly obvious to the in-crowd and are invisible to anyone who isn't terminally online. I might as well be speaking a different language if I don't prime you on every aspect of this elaborate cipher. Combine this with Bored Ape Yacht Club being valued at over $1 billion, and you have yourself the gold medalists of the Troll Olympics. I had my doubts about all of this. That was until I spoke with one of the top creative directors and internet artists in the world, who is an expert of internet culture, 4chan, and trolling. An artist who has worked with Kanye West, Grimes, and Tame Impala, among other creative projects that you've definitely seen. January 2022, a website goes live called GordonGoner.com. Signed at the very bottom was the signature of Ryder Ripps. Ryder Ripps is eccentric and is a trendsetter in every regard. He created the Deal With It meme, Dump FM, Internet Archaeology, and V-Files. When it comes to the internet, Ryder Ripps is one of the most innovative artists of our generation. It's no secret that he uses internet culture and the nature of trolling to amplify his artistic messages. If there's anyone to educate others on iconography and the meaning behind art, it's Ryder Ripps. And if I happen to be the founders of an NFT project manipulating the masses into asserting value on racist imagery, I would not fuck with him. For the past 6 months, Ryder Ripps and other researchers have collected all of the data and sources that highlight Bored Ape Yacht Club's successful but depraved continued stunt. And I say continued because they still operate unchecked. 4chan is the gutter of the internet. Founded in 2003 by 15-year-old Christopher Moot Poole, this message board serves as a place where internet culture is born, discussed, and destroyed. Users on 4chan typically post as anonymous or anon. As they argue, the identity of a user adds nothing to conversations at hand. But the collective anonymous culture of the message board has devolved into a degenerate pit of despair. Along with anonymous identities, there is virtually no moderation. As a result of this, threads on 4chan spiral into some of the weirdest and most disturbing rabbit holes on the internet. So why even post? Well, as Ryder Ripps described to me, trolling is a sport on 4chan. This point alone is necessary in understanding the motive behind Bored Ape Yacht Club. Throughout the internet's history, 4chan has been responsible for trolling mainstream media endlessly. One classic example of this was when 4chan tricked mainstream media into thinking the OK hand symbol signified white power. The media ran with it, and as a result, actual white supremacists adopted it as their own. An internet joke that illuminated a problem with mainstream media, their willingness to post anything, was taken literally, and the meaning of the joke changed forever. Another example of this is comedian Sam Hyde being the ghost of Kiev. Lastly, let's talk about the benefit of the doubt. Imagine all of what I'm about to tell you is one giant coincidence. Somewhere along the grocery list of examples of Bored Ape Yacht Club being one massive alt-right inside joke is a point at which these similarities are no longer coincidences. Let's call this the tipping point. If I bring up one instance that highlights deliberate Nazi, fascist, or alt-right messaging, you may think to yourself, I see it, but that's a reach. So I ask you, what is your number? At what point do all of these examples become crystal clear in front of your eyes? For me, it was just one. First, let's talk about the apes as a whole. You don't have to look far on social media to see that many people believe the apes in Bored Ape Yacht Club are inherently racist looking. Remember, they could have picked any animal, object, or thing to make an NFT project. Monkeys? Really? It seems a bit random, but we're dealing with deliberate messaging. This is not a mistake. This is Damon Dash, the founder of Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z.
And then, I don't know if that monkey thing is like, because what's the biggest NFT? The ape. Don't you think that's a little condescending to our culture in a little bit?
We were just talking about that.
I feel like, is that a way a nerd is trying to get cute and laugh at us?
We was just talking about that.
Because either way, you should tread lightly with monkey as it relates to our culture, because it's a trigger for us. Mm-hmm. And they keep doing it. So first I wasn't like, and then I was like, why is everything a gorilla or an ape or a monkey? Why ain't it a penguin or like a panda bear or something? Why is it something that's been used to, disrespect us for years? So I don't know, Yeah. And when language is difficult for a creative, that leaves a lot of room for exploitation. So that means a lot of people that can understand may take advantage of those creators that don't want to understand.
You guys realize for the last 2 years, they got black people to invest in monkeys and dogs while making fun of us and taking our money from us. But Doge was going to the moon. When y'all get done, go look at Bored Ape Yacht Club and go see the imagery of how it's connected to Nazism. It's damn near the same imagery, but they know we won't study long enough to say, and now look how many billions of dollars they've made off of us and our culture. And then the music industry gonna come in with more NFTs and continue to rob us. All we need is us.
The reason people have made this conclusion is because of something called simianization. This refers to comparing ethnic groups to an ape or monkey. Simianization has been used throughout history to put others down in order to dehumanize them. You will see exactly how Bored Ape Yacht Club uses simianization to convey racist themes and undertones. But first, we must understand the culture in which these apes were born.
Okay, so you guys can see the similarities now, right now, between the Bored Ape graphics and stereotypical racist trope graphics from, the 1930s, the 1940s, the 1950s, the 1960s. And he's literally showing them, and you guys should be able to see that, my God, that does look very similar. Why is that so similar? Keep watching, man. Keep watching.
2021, Bored Ape Yacht Club was launched on April 30th, which is the exact day that Hitler died. The launch of Bored Ape Yacht Club was actually on the 23rd with a week-long pre-sale, and they sold out before the 30th. However, they made it a point to tell the New Yorker that it was the 30th. I have shown this picture to various artists. This is Bored Ape Yacht Club's main logo that they use across all of their branding and social media accounts. Not too bad, right? How about now? Most of them laugh uncomfortably in sheer disbelief. The audacity to do this is mind-blowing. It does not take a genius to see that this Bored Ape Yacht Club logo is a direct copy of the Totenkopf. The skull and bones represents death and was used by both Prussia and Nazi Germany as a military emblem representing death heads. I only mention Prussia because that will play out later when we examine some of the Bored Apes. Both logos also have 18 teeth. If you're unfamiliar, the alt-right white supremacists and neo-Nazis love alphanumeric code. The number 18 is a symbol of hate. More specifically, it's alphanumeric code for the initials of Adolf Hitler, 1 being A, 8 being H. One thing to note is that both logos also have a rough edge, which is uncommon in circular emblems. It's just another characteristic that demonstrates they knew what they were copying. Bored Ape Yacht Club was created by a company called Yuga Labs. Like everything in this project, the name has meaning. A little bit about us to start off the new year and what's coming. What's the inspiration behind the name Yuga Labs? We're nerds, and Yuga is the name of a villain in Zelda whose ability is that he can turn himself and others into 2D art. It made sense for an NFT company. When I heard this, I was confused. I've played just about every Legend of Zelda game, and I could not remember for the life of me who Yuga was. You see, Yuga is a boss in The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, the 17th installment of the Zelda franchise, available only on the Nintendo 3DS. If you're a self-proclaimed nerd or gamer, you wouldn't source your name from the most obscure Zelda game ever, let alone a game for the 3DS. Everyone knows that Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and even Breath of the Wild are the greatest games in the franchise. I could believe Ganon Labs, after the main antagonist throughout the entire series, Ganondorf, but Yuga? I'm not buying it. There is a specific reason they pick the name Yuga. On Yuga Labs' website, they pay homage to another project called the Hash Masks. This project was made by a Swiss company known as Suum Cuique Labs. This phrase, meaning to each their own, was on the gate of the Buchenwald concentration camp. This phrase was also used on the face of Prussian helmets, and Yuga Labs loved Suum Cuique so much that they even took their exact terms of service. Yuga has an entirely different meaning. The phrase Kali Yuga stems from Hinduism, and it refers to an age of conflict or darkness.
What is the period we're in now? Because it seems like it's kind of.
Let me tell you, I will only snort half a line of ultra potent super male vitality in the morning because it is so ultra potent in the morning. And I will only snort half a line of that in the morning. Super ultra potent super male vitality because it is so ultra
Surrounded by Keith. We are in Kali Yuga. Griffin.
We're in Kali Yuga.
Line, folks.
I will only snort half a line of ultra potent super male vitality because it is so ultra potent. I will wait at least 4 entire seconds before I come back, and I will then snort that second half of a line of super ultra potent super male vitality in the morning because it is so ultra potent. It is so ultra potent. And this is just every time I hear Alex Jones is an opportunity for me to try to work on my.
This is some weird shit that was predicted by the Bhagavad Gita. This is like this.
Guru Damarang, Battle of the Gods, Ragnarok.
Battle of the Gods. Let me tell you, I'm here to tell you about my water filtration. I've got some of the finest water filtration plant products on the planet. You're going to want to check out Infowars.com. You're going to want to go to Prison Planet.
Tell me.
Tell me now. All right, listen. Here we go. A little bit more twang on.
What happens in cultures? Like they go through these pictures.
You need to add 2% more twang.
The earliest mention of this phrase in internet culture was on September 11th, 2014.
No
by an
law
anonymous
regarding
user
cannabis.
on 4chan in response to
Cheers,
people
everybody.
being upset over Gamergate. Anon replied, "I know it is dark at times, but you just gotta learn to enjoy it, man. Embrace being the bad guy. Surf the Kali Yuga." Since then, the phrase spread like wildfire among the alt-right. First, it was made into a t-shirt by Vincent Vauquelin, who founded the French Dissent, an alt-right political party that operated from 2011 to 2021. Apparently, alt-right meme merch went hard, and the new design of the shirt in 2016 featured a toting cough. And in 2019, a Telegram group called Kali Yuga Surfing Club was created. See anything weird here? The Kali Yuga is one of the cornerstones of traditionalist ideology that was preached by René Guénon, a French occultist and philosopher who is credited for introducing the Kali Yuga to the West. During his life, Guénon moved to Egypt, became Muslim, and preached traditionalism, which consisted of extreme anti-Semitism and an admiration for ancient societies, which included hierarchies of class and gender. Guénon and Italian-born Nazi sympathizer Julius Evola are both revered and memed on 4chan. You'll find threads in the literature and political boards placing these two on a pedestal and recommending their works for a sense of woke pseudo-intellectualism. Often messages will be left with PBUH, which means peace be upon him, a common Arabic phrase. You see, surfing the Kali Yuga manifested itself on Pol. It became a repeated phrase and dog whistle among users. In fact, embracing the darkness, or surfing the Kali Yuga, is a phrase that the alt-right has adopted in order to communicate a sense of collective. This might melt your brain, but stay with me. It's impossible to show the masses exactly what the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are doing without understanding Chan culture, or how 4chan acts as a think tank and hive mind. One of the worst aspects of Chan culture is pseudo-intellectualism. What you have is a bunch of trolls who haven't seen the light of day, that have collectively convinced themselves they are based, woke, and have the answers to this world. They find solace in knowing specific information compared to normal people, or normies. This is why it's considered esoteric. As a result of this, you have pockets of deranged people who study old texts, scriptures, and societies in order to extract archaic values and worship them. The founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are terminally online, smart assholes. I hate to admit it. The founders are clever, and I mean really fucking clever. The 4 founders are Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Gargamel, and No Sass. You may be wondering, why do they all have obscure Xbox Live gamer tags? Well, if you think this is innocent, you're not ready for this. Number 1, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Karim Adelaide, software engineer. On the surface, Emperor Tomato Ketchup sounds like a Fortnite skin. In reality, Emperor Tomato Ketchup is the name of a 1971 film that is banned across the world for containing child pornography. It's about children overthrowing adults and establishing their own supremacy, in which a young boy in a fascist uniform sexually assaults a grown woman. And if you were to ask Tomato himself, he would say he got the name from a Stereolab album, which got its name from the film. Another example of plausible deniability. Number 2, Gargamel. Greg Solano, MFA in writing. If anyone is familiar with the Smurfs, then the name Gargamel might ring a bell. Gargamel is the antagonist who turns sentient beings into money. He is widely known as an anti-Semitic depiction of a Jewish stereotype. And as Ryder Rips pointed out, 4chan also uses the term Gargamel to describe Jewish people. A reoccurring theme that you'll notice is that this entire umbrella of Bored Ape Yacht Club trolling stems from 4chan behavior, which is based on inserting enough absurdity to create plausible deniability. Gargamel is smart, but he's a little sloppy. According to his Reddit post history, he posted a 4chan crypto meme before Bored Ape Yacht Club was even live yet, confirming that he's at least aware of the culture or uses 4chan. Greg Solano, or Gargamel, was a literature major in college and wrote his thesis paper on 2666, which is a book that takes place in Nazi Germany with a main character named after Nazi SS doctor Hans Reiter. He even expressed on his now defunct blog that he wanted to write a fiction novel that blends real history with imaginative events, which is similar to Roberto Bolaño's 2666. This could be a stretch, but I'm reminded here of your writing backgrounds. Do you think there's any parallel between your big conceptual breakthrough to design NFTs for what interests you, not some target demo, and the idea that in writing, sometimes the best stuff comes from channeling what you really want to see, not what some theoretical reader wants? Gargamel says, ever since the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we've seen like 1,000 different avatar collections come up, and a lot of them are really cool. But what we think was special, and what people could kind of read on top of ours, is that we didn't just throw 3D glasses onto apes. And we didn't have a long essay on exactly what this was, but we knew what it was. It's like Wittgenstein's let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably, or Hemingway's iceberg theory. We knew what this world was and why the apes are this way, and that somebody else might get a little tingle on their neck looking at it, thinking, yeah, this is kind of different. This isn't just random. In this interview, Gargamel literally just confirmed that Bored Ape Yacht Club is his medium for creative writing. First, the quote is cryptic, but it makes a lot of sense given the context of this project. Let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably. Dog whistles, hidden meanings, fiction writing? Nah, man, they're just apes with 3D glasses. You don't understand crypto. In this statement, Gargamel quotes Ludwig Wittgenstein, an Austrian Jewish philosopher believed to have been the boy who went to school with Adolf Hitler from 1903 to 1904. According to writer Kimberly Cornish in The Jew of Linz, she alleges that Hitler alludes to a Jewish boy who is believed to be Wittgenstein in Mein Kampf. Wittgenstein's entire body of work consists of cipher, cryptology, and solving puzzles. Similar to how Bored Ape Yacht Club is one massive puzzle designed to be cracked for the sole purpose of stroking their twisted fanfiction writing boner. Second, he states Hemingway's iceberg theory, which describes exactly what they're doing. Iceberg theory itself is also a 4chan meme. Greg Solano also has written a book titled The Cinematic Art of World of Warcraft. To say he isn't a sucker for fantasy would be a flat-out lie. We know that Gargamel is a creative fantasy writer. We know that he wrote his thesis paper on a Nazi story. And we know that he wanted to create something similar, blending real and fake events. He literally quoted Ludwig Wittgenstein and iceberg theory, confirmed that there is hidden meaning, and that everything is deliberate in Bored Ape Yacht Club. Prior to Bored Ape Yacht Club, Greg Solano even stated he wanted to create a Lovecraftian-themed NFT project. And if you know anything about Lovecraft, he was a notorious white supremacist, often weaving his prejudices as the basis for his stories. The frustration that Ryder Rips and others have felt, myself included, with the public's perception of this criticism is immense. You can't begin to educate people on this when they're too ignorant to realize that they're being played. Bored Ape Yacht Club, in a way, is a social experiment in making fun of people who are easily influenced. Crypto bros and everyone who sucks off technocrats included. It is a commentary on the number going up forever, or the wag me crowd, which lives by the slogan, "We're all going to make it." This is a very real sentiment shared by thousands of people on the internet, which the founders of this project have profited off of immensely. All it took was celebrity worship, proper funding, fueled by a dystopian political agenda to get fascist propaganda on the world stage. Let me be clear, I'm not saying buzzwords just to say them. This is what's happening. 3. Gordon Goner, or Wiley Arano, also a creative writer. The third founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by Gordon Goner, the same name Ryder used for the website, piecing this all together. This was done for SEO purposes, so that when you type in Gordon Goner on Google, Ryder's website pops up first. In an interview with Wiley from 2014, he stated, "The only book that I don't like is Mein Kampf, but I haven't read it." When asked innocently about books, he resorted to making Hitler jokes. Yeah, there's probably nothing to see here, right? This is just more proof that Wiley's attempt at edgy humor dates back to 2014. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Gordon Goner stated he chose the name because it sounded like Joey Ramone, lead singer of the Ramones. It should be known that Bored Ape Yacht Club's connection to the Rolling Stone is not random. It's through Neil Strauss, author of The Game, who is apparently writing about the subculture of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Gordon Goner is a full-phrase anagram for Drongo Negro. Drongo is Australian slang for stupid, and Negro means black. Drongo is also tossed around on 4chan and Reddit. It's not simply a random word. It is also conveniently a species of black bird. Another example of a hyper-specific double-meaning term or phrase in Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's not much else known about Wiley Arano, aka Gordon Goner, besides loose leads that allege he's a crypto-fascist. And his dad is literally Don Arano, portrayed by John Travolta in Speed Kills. Both Gargamel and Gordon Goner are writers and creatives, according to the CEO of Yuga Labs, Nicole Muniz.
Can you take me back to the origin story of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
It was almost exactly a year ago. Garga, who's one of the founders, texted Gordon with, "Hey, let's make a NFT." So Garga and Gordon were both really into crypto. They were really active in the community, but they are writers. That's actually their background. They are storytellers, they're creatives. And so like crypto was this thing that like they were fascinated by and they like loved, but they were never able to actively participate in.
Right. There was a barrier to entry.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Because it was technical.
Yeah.
And they're not technical. They're writers, they're creatives, they're storytellers. Like that's what they do.
So it's entirely critical that you understand the context of anything. So the issue with Bored Ape Yacht Club is that they're not providing any context. The context that they provided is that literally it's meaningless. They said that these are just apes in a swamp who like drawing penises on a penis roll. That's the official story of Bored Ape Yacht Club from the mouth of Nicole, the CEO. Like, that's it. Like, end. Done. Like, there's nothing else.
They called me with like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and like, you know, just explaining the idea. And I kind of giggled and was like, oh yeah, I mean, but people are just gonna draw penises. And that was it. Like, I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. We hung up, but like the stupid thing that I said that I never would have thought about transformed into, well, what if they do draw penises?
Yeah.
And where do people draw penises? And, you know, it turned into, well, it's a bathroom.
Right.
You know, it's a toilet stall. And it's a dive bar. But it's not a dive bar. 83. It's a yacht club that's a dive bar.
This is a dark
But it's in a swamp. And it's going to be this like future vision of Miami. And, you know, it's all of these like bored apes. And they just created this like story and this world.
Let's play a game of I Spy. The cover of this Rolling Stone art is a direct reference to Hieronymus Bosch, who painted pictures like these in order to hide things in them. Spot the racist dog whistle.
The racist dog whistle? How long is he going to give
Ape
us?
hands are a racist dog whistle, alluding to the practice of Belgian King Leopold II cutting off Congolese hands for punishment in not working hard enough to produce rubber. The Congolese then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the Belgians in itself. Never underestimate the ability for Bored Ape Yacht Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage of the Bored Ape Yacht Club video game. See anything interesting? What's up with these bananas? Why is the bushel of bananas conveniently shaped like a swastika?
Oh my
4.
God.
SAS, Zayshawn Ali, software engineer.
my
The
God,
fourth
it's
founder of Bored Ape
obvious.
Yacht Club goes by SAS, and going off the theme of hidden meanings throughout their entire project, this is also deliberate. SA is the abbreviation for Sturmabteilung, and SS for the Schutzstaffel. SAS, or SASS, is the combination of the two primary Nazi military divisions. There are two possibilities that explain the behavior of the founders. Number one is easy. They are neo-Nazis. Number two is a bit more complex, and Ryder believes we need new terms to describe what's happening. In other words, this is an internet troll's wet dream. Post-ironic racism on the world stage. This means that this is a meme, but it doesn't look like one because there's nothing to indicate otherwise.
It's
This can
racism
also
and
be
you got away
described
with
as
it.
pose law. It's impossible
they're
to
like,
know if
"Haha,
someone
we
is
fooled
joking
you. We
unless
put the
they
most
add
racist,
an LOL at
ugly
the end of a
shit,
message to
and you put
indicate
it
how it's
all
supposed to
over
be perceived.
mainstream
In other
media,
words, Bored Ape Yacht Club
all over the
founders are
internet.
layering on the irony of troll
total
behavior
troll.
to the point where it's just doomed. The best way I can describe it is beating a dead horse until the horse comes alive again and then dies again from the irony. February 4th, 2022, Katie Natopoulos, a writer at BuzzFeed, wrote an article covering the identities of the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And where exactly do you think she got her information from? Ryder rips. However, she stated, Solano and Arano don't appear to have any particular red flags, which, as we know, is a flat-out lie. Pressured by Guy Osseri, Kate Natopoulos ran a softball story in an effort to save face. The more degenerative side of 4chan, including white nationalists, enjoy participating in the cult of Kek, a metaphorical fictitious religion that worships Pepe the Frog. Think of it as a tribe on 4chan who considers everyone else not in the know as normies. They wave the Kekistan flag, which is an exact ripoff of Prussia and Nazi Germany's Wehrmacht symbol. Their mission? Troll the liberals at all costs through meme warfare. By having shared symbolism and jokes, it is a way to communicate or dog whistle to other members that they, quote, embrace the principles of chaos and destruction that are central to alt-right thinking. The term Kek originated from World of Warcraft. When a Horde player types LOL to an alliance, LOL is then translated into gibberish spelling out Kek. This is because the two opposing factions in the game can't communicate with each other unless they are on the same faction. It just so happens that Kek is an Egyptian god that looks like a human with a frog head, hence Pepe. And guess what Kek was the god of? Darkness and chaos. Sound familiar? Surfing the Kali Yuga was not the only surfer innuendo that the alt-right adopted as lingo. In fact, they also used the word cowabunga to signify their alt-right beliefs to fellow members of the alt-right. It just so happens that one of Bored Ape's founder's wife had this exact lingo in her bio, which has now been deleted. And in September 2021, Bored Ape Yacht Club challenged the internet with a series of puzzles. Whoever cracked the secret codes would receive a Bored Ape Kennel Club NFT, a Bored Ape NFT, a Mutant Serum NFT, and 10 Ethereum. At the time, the value of these prizes added up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This puzzle will demonstrate just how far the creators of Bored Ape Yacht Club are willing to go in order to play out their racist fantasy. This information is taken directly from this user's post on Medium. This whole puzzle started with a single stealthy tweet. Somebody left a strange note at the bar. The image contains a message, "Come find me below," with the ciphertext of U8JJ6. This is a keyboard cipher, where if you look at the keys
I gotta
below
take
each
my
letter
dog
on the
outside
keyboard,
and I want to
you
watch
see that
this.
it spells /Jimmy. Entering this after BoredApeYachtClub.com will
You guys, let me pause this because I want to watch this with you, man. I'm gonna take my dog outside real quick. You want to go outside, Bees? He hasn't been outside yet. Come on, Bees.
Big Merc 83. Pause it, I'll wait. Grop all day. Good morning.
Oh, yes. Very, very good. Okay. What's up, everybody? Sorry. Took a little while.
take you to a new page and you are able to load a puzzle game. Jimmy the Monkey is back on his bullshit again. In the clubhouse, the game is a 2D screen where you can click on rooms and interact with various objects. Most of the rooms contained a puzzle. The boat room contains a single interactable object in the room, which is a wall of dancing men. If you know a bit about ciphers, it's fairly quick to recognize that this is a Dancing Man cipher. The Dancing Man cipher is from Sherlock Holmes. Decoding the cipher reveals the following message. This isn't a puzzle clue. Suck on a banana, bozo. Love, Jimmy. This seemed to be a troll as it was not used in the final solution. The party room has 2 interactable objects in it. The first object is a dog collar with the numbers 0010 on it. This is just the ID number for the exact NFT that you would win if you were to crack the puzzle. The second object is a party poster containing song lyrics. The puzzle gives a selection of song lyrics sorted in alphabetical order by word, with one of the words being replaced by the word monkey. Solving this puzzle involves taking each lyric word bank, identifying the song, and figuring out which part of the song the lyrics are referencing. You sort each word in that set of the lyrics in ABC order and figure out what word has been replaced with monkey. This results in the following troll message. Wasted your time on this one, stupid apes. Entering the pool area presents you with 2 puzzles, one located on the inflatable duck in the pool and the other on a drink menu located next to the bar. This puzzle presents a list of duck-themed clues and their answer length. Going through and solving all of the clues results in the list below. With this answer set, reading the first letter of each answer gives the phrase "cocktails are shaken," which is a clue for the puzzle located next to the bar. Using the hint from the previous puzzle, we now know that this menu list is an anagram of cocktails. In addition, the text at the bottom of the menu indicates something extra was added to the drinks, hinting to there likely being an extra letter not used in the cocktail anagram. With there being 26 menu items, it seemed highly likely the extra letters or the cocktails used every letter A to Z for ordering when done. It is quickly realized all the cocktails start with a unique letter A to Z that, when put in order and reading the extra letters, gives orange liqueur used in spritz. Final answer, Aperol. Upon entering the kitchen, a sheet can be found lying next to the sink. This puzzle provides instructions on what to do. Begin by identifying the dishes that are clued on the left and filling out the blanks on the right. The extracted letters, highlighted yellow on the sheet, spell the phrase Gibraltar's Barbary, which is referencing a specific monkey that lives on Gibraltar, the Barbary macaque. Final answer, macaque. In the library, you can start by clicking on the bust on the top of the shelf, which contains a puzzle scroll. This puzzle is a Mad Gab style puzzle as hinted by the title, Bus Dan Dush Elf, which, when read aloud, sounds like bust on a shelf. You can make 4 Mad Gab style phrases using one word from each column on the scroll. The output of each Mad Gab is its own clue to a word. This final output is yet again a Mad Gab where ooze 6 ciphers can be read as use 6 ciphers, a hint for the bookshelf puzzle. When you click on the bookshelf next to the fireplace, it shows you an enlarged version of the bookshelf. This bookshelf contains many different patterns throughout. As you start to group the patterns together, you will discover there are 6 separate puzzles using 6 different ciphers, as hinted in the previous puzzle contained in the shelf items. The monkey hands. There are 6 hands throughout the shelves using American Sign Language to spell weapon. Naval flags. There are 6 international maritime signal flags throughout the shelves that spell Nassau. 5-bit binary. There are 6 groups of books colored orange and green. These books are 5-bit binary, which provides 10010, 00101, 00001, 10011, 01111, 01110. These can be converted to their decimal equivalent of 18, 1, 19, 15, 14, which can then be further converted to letters to read reason. Clocks. There are 6 clocks through the shelves. Each clock face has a different time, with both hands clearly visible. Using the clock hands as a flag semaphore, you can obtain the letters to spell salute. Book titles. There are some books facing forward with their titles clearly visible, and after reading through the titles, you will notice some of the words are from the NATO alphabet. Echo, Mike, Bravo, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar. And when you extract the first letter of each NATO word, it will spell embryo. Morse code. Between each of the bookshelves is a repeating pattern of a lighter color. Each shelf is a separate letter spelled using Morse code. If you decode the Morse for each shelf, it will spell analog. Now that we have all the words extracted, we need to extract the final answer. Looking at the words for a moment, it can be seen that the first letter of each word can spell answer when ordered correctly. Since the first letter spelled answer, we extracted the last letters to see if it provides an answer to the puzzle. The extract is Guanan, which, is a breed of old world monkey, and it's the name of Rene Guénon. The game room contained 2 objects you can interact with. The first one is a game called Jimmy the Asshole, which, after some playing, didn't appear to contain a puzzle. The second one is the game room puzzle. The flavor text for the puzzle is, there are lots of games to play here if you can figure out the rules. It also has some pictures of Hangman and Tic-Tac-Toe. These are big hints for what you are looking for and what the solution is going to be. The solution for this puzzle involved taking each puzzle string and figuring out the puzzle rules that encoded the text. Here is one example. There are a lot of P's, so we want to analyze that first. You start by separating each line by P. We are looking for game-related words, so we can guess the 2 words here are card and canasta. With these 2, we can deduce that the rule for this puzzle is to replace the first letter with P, which can then be reversed from the cipher, which gives the following clue: card worth 50 in canasta. The answer to this clue is Joker. However, we aren't done here just yet. Now we need to apply the same rule we discovered, replace first letter with P, to this answer to get a new answer out related to games. Applying the rule to Joker results in poker, the actual solution to this puzzle line. Here is the rest. Taking the first letter from each solution, you get the following phrase: Drooper's apartment pal. Drooper is a character from the Banana Splits, and his apartment pal is Bingo. Bingo is an ape, so we can confidently determine the answer is Bingo. The attic is one of the more difficult puzzles, and before we dive into it, we first have to talk about the skeleton in the crawl space. The skeleton in the crawl space has a bunch of 3-letter phrases and some numbers, with the flavor text of NTH plus EAT. We know that we're trying to combine the phrases to spell words, with the numbers most likely being the length of each word. There's really no approach other than maybe looking up words that start with or words that end with, but the best place to start was realizing that NTH and EAT were clued as being connected and could spell N, the, at. After that, it is mixing and matching until you get something good out. The output you get is Anastasia Steele really loves the hexes used in the attic. This is a reference to Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey, which is referencing that the hex color codes in the attic are gray codes. This is basically a second hint for Bought It, which you can see in the attic section below. The attic starts with an image with some pixels and flavor text about having to feel your way around in the dark. This is a reference for being blind and hinting towards the pixels being braille. The phrase you get out of using colored pixels as braille dots: beginners always unlock dim old tones. If you take the first letter of each word as hinted by the word beginners, you get Bought It, which is a type of cipher. This is the one puzzle you can right-click and export the image, and it just so happens to be SVG. So we can extract the hex color codes accurately for the next step as hinted by the skeleton puzzle. Extracting all of the binary codes out and removing the lead 0, you get the following. Using Bought It encoding on the binary, you get the following. The only interesting thing we get is Calamar, which is another type of cipher. This suggests that our extract is valid, but the rest of it is cipher text. We can then use the string with a Calamar transposition solver, but without a key, it was just a bunch of guessing words as a key. Solvers of this puzzle got stuck here for a while until it was noticed that attempting some auto-solves on the grid, assuming 6 columns instead of 8, resulted in the final 8 letters looking like a scrambled version of Visionaire. Given the first set of data gave us Calamar, and having it almost end with Visionaire now, another type of cipher, was too likely to be a coincidence. Putting some effort in manually with a 6-column assumption, you're able to get the following. Using Calamar key of 412563 or 214563 gives an output that spells Visionaire at the end, giving us the following possible strings. Cutting Visionaire off the end and taking the remaining letters, we try to decrypt the cipher using Visionaire and testing keywords relating to Bored Apes and the puzzle. Eventually, they landed on the following: Australopithecus. At this point, it's time to solve the final solution. Taking the answer from each puzzles and sorting them in ABC, we get the following words: Aperol, Australopithecus, Bingo, Guénon, Macaque. If we examine the answers, we can extract even more information about what they mean. Aperol is an orange liqueur that only got popular after World War II. This answer is different than all the others, considering it is a drink that is meant to be ingested. Going off that theme, perhaps this is a metaphor for taking the red pill, as it sometimes appears red in color. Aperol also just has the word ape in it. Australopithecus. Of all the different possible answers they could have chosen, They landed on Australopithecus. Here's a little anthropology for you. In 1931, Ludwig Cole Larsen joined the Nazi Party and later undertook an expedition to German East Africa in search for a primitive man. In 1938 to 1939, he discovered Australopithecus afarensis at Laetoli without realizing the importance of his find. Ludwig attempted to prove that all people have a common origin, but that African people remained in the state of primitive man, while the Aryan race had developed. Such scholarship was at odds with most anthropological concerns of the day in Africa. He then later lost his position as professor in the course of the denazification after the war. Cole Larsen is not highly regarded amongst contemporary East Africanists. Bingo. Bingo the Gorilla is a major yet final antagonist in the 2019 direct-to-video horror comedy film The Banana Splits Movie. Bingo and his friends are animatronics created by Carl to entertain children as the Banana Splits. However, after the show is cancelled, Bingo and his friends start a killing spree. You want to know something even creepier? Bingo only has 3 lines in the movie.
I wonder how the show's gonna end. Time's almost up. Time's almost up.
Bingo's last and most famous words. The only words Bingo ever says sounds just like accelerationism.
Oh, that's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
Gamer
You just say
9757.
bingo.
Bingo! How fun!
Guanan has double entendre. He's the father of traditionalism, bringing the Kali Yuga to the West, and Guanan is also a species of monkey. Macaque also has double entendre. Macaque is a racial slur and a type of monkey. By definition, there is a clear distinction of what type of monkey both
got a
Guanan
hell of a
and
lot of
macaques
information,
are. They're
doesn't he?
part of the Old World classification of monkeys. In 2006, a Virginia senator was called out for using this slur. With close ties to Virginia, the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club would definitely be aware of this political disaster.
You too have gotten in trouble with words that you've uttered. Let me bring you back to
Josh
August
G.
11th. You were at a campaign stop, and a young man who was videotaping it for the web campaign was there also. Let's watch.
This fellow here over here with the yellow shirt, Macaca, or whatever his name is, he's with my opponent. And let's give a welcome to Macaca here. Welcome to America and the real world of Virginia.
And here's the young man, S.R. Siddharth. He's a resident of Virginia, an American citizen, straight A student at Fairfax High School, now goes to the University of Virginia. Critics say that Macaca is a racist slur and that you used it because he was dark-skinned. What did you specifically mean when you said, welcome to America and the real Virginia? Why did you use those words toward a dark-skinned American?
Tim, I made a mistake. I said things thoughtlessly. I've apologized for it as well I should.
Wow.
But there was no
Easy.
racial or ethnic intent to slur anyone. If I had any idea that word, and to some people in some parts of the world
Josh
was an
G.
insult, I would never do it because it's
LOL.
contrary
He
to
knew
what I
exactly
believe.
Well, where
and
did
who I
it come
am.
from? It must have been in your
Just made
consciousness.
up. Just made up words.
My theory is that the primate answers of this puzzle are a direct reference to the founders of the project, and Aperol could be seen as the red pill. The Boogaloo Boys were born on the weapon board of 4chan known as K. Think of them as paramilitary incels, or Chan LARPers. They can be classified by their Hawaiian shirts and absurdist meme styles to make anyone who calls them out look insane. It can be a very effective tactic when trolling. This Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt is an exact Boogaloo Boy Hawaiian shirt used to LARP by 4chan users. This is Ape 1488. The number 14 is a neo-Nazi dog whistle. It is a direct reference to the white supremacist slogan known as the 14 words. We must secure the existence of our people and future for white children. The slogan was coined by David Lane, a member of the white supremacist terrorist group known as The Order. The number 88 is white supremacist alpha numerical code for HH, which stands for Hail Hitler. 1488, which is also included in the ADL database, or the Anti-Defamation League, is a combination of these two hate symbols.
But the fact is, guys, I've been on the internet 20 years. I know pretty much about every single different slur that's in the English language and a few in other languages as well. So not only do I understand all the slurs, I also understand the euphemisms like 1488.
Here is where it gets really dark. What do you see on this ape? No, not the bloodshot eyes. This ape is wearing a prison outfit with the numbers 0198. 07. If we take out the zeros, a practice in cryptography called null padding, we are left with 1987, which we can deduce is a year. You see, 1987 is a reference to the year that Rudolf Hess, a Nazi hero, died in the Spandau prison in West Berlin as a result of his conviction during the Nuremberg trials. It was destroyed the same year to prevent it from becoming a neo-Nazi shrine. Not everyone who has a Bored Ape is aware of the inherent racism. Let me point your attention to the sales activity tab. If someone is selling an ape, they set the price. Interestingly enough, there is a pattern of selling apes for variations of 88 Ethereum, ending prices in 0.88 or 0.14. This is a cut and dry example of esoteric racism. Ape 6969 features the same prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet with a shit-eating grin. This is a troll hidden in plain sight designed to mock everyone who looks at it. The odds of Ape 6969, which is a troll in itself, having both the prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet is statistically near impossible. Apes in the Bored Ape Yacht Club project are adorned with various characteristics. This can include clothing, accessories, eyes, faces. Anything you see on these apes can be randomly generated to produce the final product that we see as an ape. By design, some of these characteristics are more rare than others, which means more desirable, which results in a higher price. Some of these characteristics are harmless, but there is a definite through line with one characteristic in particular: headwear. The Prussian helmet is known as a Pickelob, which is a reference to the German Empire from 1871 to 1919. The Vietnam-era helmet features an Ace of Spades card attached to the helmet, which was a custom American soldiers started in World War II, but continued in Vietnam. In Vietnam, however, American soldiers would leave an Ace of Spades on dead Vietnamese soldiers. The card in the Bored Ape helmet has a letter J on it, which would indicate a Jack of Spades, not an ace. The founders of this project are not sloppy writers and wouldn't get history wrong if it meant they could include yet another racist reference. Maybe this explains it. Based on a 1938 decree in Nazi Germany, every Jew in Germany had to carry an identification card marked with J for Jewish at all times. The Sushi Chef headband is a Japanese headband known as a hachimaki. Hachimaki can have different Japanese characters on them to mean different things. There are 6 variations that are the most popular and commonly used. Bored Ape Yacht Club went with kamikaze to indicate Imperial Japan's suicide pilots. A sushi chef would never wear this headband. The safari helmet is a British or European pith hat used by the British Empire in colonizing Africa. And Belgium in the Congo, led by King Leopold II, who, as you know, cut off Congo's
couldn't have said that any better,
The Kami
gamer.
hat is known as a Ushanka, and with the sickle and hammer, it represents the Soviet Union or the USSR. Worn during World War II while Russians were commanded by tyrannical leader Joseph Stalin. The fez is a potential reference to the Ottoman Empire, but there's also such thing as a Nazi fez. With all of these helmets and headwear, one can see a clear picture of Chan culture's fetishization of power and dominion of those they deem weaker. October 2021, music manager Guy Oseary, founder of management firm Maverick, who represents Madonna and U2, acquired representation of Bored Ape Yacht Club. This would include securing book deals, music, television, video games, and even movie integrations. This was a power play for Bored Ape Yacht Club because it legitimized funding and star power behind the project. With the connections of Guy Oseary, Bored Ape Yacht Club now had a way to control the media messaging around their project.
The project obviously has so much hype and so much support. There's also been criticism. Some people connected some of the images to racist tropes. I'd love to give you the opportunity to respond to that criticism.
It's apes, because aping in is very much a nod to this community, to crypto enthusiasts, to people who aped in early. So the story is about them.
Had a way
Let's
to control
listen
the
to that
media
question
messaging
again.
around their project.
The project obviously has so much hype and so much support. There's also been criticism. Some people connected some of the images to racist tropes. I'd love to give you the opportunity to respond to that criticism.
It's apes, because aping in is very much a nod to this community, to crypto enthusiasts, to people who aped in early. So the story is about them. One of the founders is Jewish. one is Turkish, one is Pakistani, one is Cuban. Guy Oseary, who's one of the partners that came in later last year, is Israeli. I myself am Cuban, and I'm actually first-generation American. The idea that we're neo-Nazis or alt-right is offensive.
Well, all of your neo-Nazi symbolism that you've included in your artwork is fucking offensive too, lady. Just saying, especially at the beginning of this documentary, bro, when you're just like...
It's hurtful. It's totally untrue.
She's projecting.
That's really personal to you, that criticism.
The idea that you can't be racist, or even ironically racist, because you're ethnic is the saddest excuse I've ever heard. And this interview is bought.
Exactly.
She knows she's lying.
Oh my God, right?
By Guy Oseary. Here he is pictured with the founder of D3, and this woman looks oddly familiar. Guy Oseary is even referred to as the fifth ape, a reference to the fifth Beatle. When Ryder launched GordonGoner.com, Guy Oseary went off the deep end. Ryder Rips described to me a 2-hour phone call consisting of Guy Oseary screaming at him to stop digging into the project. After Ryder explained the symbolism to Oseary, he replied with, "Who am I to judge what art is?" And remember that Rolling Stone interview I mentioned? Gordon Goner stated, "Are we the Beastie Boys of NFTs? Because right after our initial success, it felt like the Beastie Boys going on tour with Madonna. Everyone was like, who the fuck are these kids?" The Rolling Stone article then states, funnily enough, Madonna's longtime manager, Guy Oseary, signed on to rep the foursome about a month after Goner made this comment to Rolling Stone. It's just so ironic that Bored Ape Yacht Club would go on to partner with Madonna's manager, Guy Oseary. Here's the family tree of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Greg Solano and Wiley Arano are from Miami. They met later in life at a bar arguing about literature. Karem Adelaide and Zayshawn Ali went to University of Maryland together. Greg Solano also attended University of Maryland, but would go on to get his MFA at University of Virginia. The P.O. Box of Yuga Labs is in Alexandria, Virginia. The CEO of Yuga Labs, Nicole Muniz, went to high school with Wiley. Mark Andreessen is the funding. Guy Oseary is the management and PR. And it's not a far stretch to say that Neil Strauss is their Rolling Stone media connection. He is also writing a book based on Bored Ape Yacht Club. Guy Oseary and Neil Strauss go back to 1998, when Guy Oseary was featured in the credits of Neil Strauss's biography on Marilyn Manson. One of the most mind-boggling parts to this ongoing story is celebrity endorsement. Everywhere you look, a new celebrity flaunts their hideous Nazi propaganda. I wouldn't expect them to know any better, but there's something going on underneath the surface. I know most celebrities are denser than a cement block, but you can't convince me they would all spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these JPEGs just because of hype culture. So what's actually going on? In a Twitter Spaces video, Ben Baller, a celebrity jeweler, describes the process of receiving a Bored Ape.
Real talk, not once, not twice, 3 times I've been offered a Bored Ape through LinkedIn. I had Adidas hit me up, my DMs, on Instagram. Hey man, you want to close space with us? Oh, do you own a Bored Ape? No, I fucking don't. Hit me up. And it's just, I don't know what it was, but the fact that some of these super top tier all-star NBA players have them, and I was like, yo, this is all cap. I mean, at the NBA, they kind of send my agent and shit too, there's definitely NDAs and everything there, but I'm positive there's, something. No, what I'm saying is, for me, if I was to accept,
they wanted you to not disclose that they wanted you to not disclose that they had purchased the Ape for you.
Exactly, for sure. I wanted to see the
which you know what the craziest thing about that is that a lot of celebrities who are going into this, they're probably just stoked to get the Ape, and they don't even realize a lot of them probably don't consult their legal and shit like that beforehand. Yeah. But they're actually asking you to commit fraud on their behalf.
That's right. MoonPay has celebrities sign NDAs or non-disclosure agreement contracts revealing how they received the ape.
I just got my first NFT.
Oh, you did? What was it?
Through MoonPay.
Okay.
MoonPay, which is I'm figuring I did my homework.
Okay.
MoonPay was like PayPal but for crypto.
In fact, the celebrities aren't even buying them, and they're lying through their teeth about why they bought them, all while committing fraud on MoonPay's behalf. Receiving a Bored Ape as an endorsement and not explicitly stating that you were compensated violates the Federal Trade Commission's laws. So next time you see a celebrity show off their Bored Ape, you can see who's a puppet taking advantage of their audience, all while unknowingly contributing to an apocalyptic political ideology backed by the technocratic elite. You may be asking yourself, who designed these apes in the first place? Surely they would be the ones responsible for drawing the racist imagery, right? Currently, it is believed that there are 6 artists on the Yuga Labs team. However, there was an artist in particular that provided the base layers for the apes. Her name was Seneca. When confronted and shown the finished designs, she claimed she did not even recognize the final product, and was shocked at the characteristics she saw. Seneca described payment from Yuga Labs as not ideal. After all, they were rolling in millions of dollars, and she wasn't even getting a slice of the pie. However, it is speculated that Seneca received a $1 million bonus from the company after media outlets front-ran her story. At the end of the day, Seneca, a very talented artist, was not responsible for this imagery. The Bored Ape Yacht Club project represents a sinister commentary on people's eagerness to hop on trends and projects just because it's in the spotlight. I say this is an ongoing story because on April 30th, 2022, 1 year after launching Bored Ape Yacht Club, Yuga Labs launched a metaverse called Otherside. If the date sounds familiar, it's because it's also Hitler's death day. The sprites available in the video game that doesn't exist yet are called codas, spelled with a K. In music, coda with a C means the end, and obviously the theme of transitioning from life to death or crossing to the other side. Their new metaverse also features Stonewall Jackson, a reference to the Confederate leader Stonewall Jackson, and Plot 1 is owned by Emperor Tomato Ketchup. Along the way, Ryder Rips was able to open the eyes of thousands of people by organizing the information and explaining the full context to the best of his ability, knowing all too well that the barrier to entry of this information is diving down the deep rabbit holes of white supremacy, the alt-right, and 4chan. But now, one thing's for certain. He was correct in telling me that Bored Ape Yacht Club is the biggest troll in internet history. Now that you know everything there is to know about Bored Ape Yacht Club's cute little social experiment, what can we do about this? Well, as it stands right now, the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club operate relatively unchecked. That's because there's no real pressure. Their tactic of using plausible deniability and dumb excuses to deflect from the truth is about to change. Nicole Muniz, I really hope you had no idea this was going on. And if you didn't, that means your business partners strung you along because they think of you as a normie. It's unfortunate if you got roped into this. Guy O'Sari, we will not be silenced. That's all I'm gonna say. Gordon, Garga, Tomato, and Sass.
I also think these guys are pussies. Like, I think they're feckless for doing this. It's like,
He didn't use Colonel Mustard.
they are, bro. It's like, go fucking do, like, why are you making this girl you went to high school with speak for you on tape?
I want every celebrity, actor, athlete, and influencer to burn their fucking ape. I want to make such a fucking shitstorm that everyone from Steph Curry to Post Malone to Jimmy Fallon is forced to act. You see, this little price tag is contingent on you, the market, the people. But in their minds, it's the normies, the sheep that made them rich. So I ask you, are you a fucking sheep? I want each and every one of you to tweet #burn BAYC on Twitter. Let's play their game. Burn means to destroy, but it's also something you can do with your NFT if you hold one. Not only will we sink Bored Ape Yacht Club because of their disgusting scheme, we will send a message. This message will be loud and clear. We will not be manipulated. To piss off 8 profile pictures and amplify his own research, Ryder created Ryder Rips Bored Ape Yacht Club. Ryder won a DMCA takedown request against Yuga Labs, solidifying the point that you can't copy an NFT. Ryder also set his royalties to 0%. In this case, it's truly not about the money. He is also creating Ape Marketplace, saving people billions of dollars a year in gas fees. Oh, and if you see my profile picture, don't be fooled. It doesn't contain any racist imagery. It's also from the Ryder Rips Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. Silly goose, you can't copy an NFT. And I think I'll call him Caesar. You can even use him as your profile picture, because we're about to take over.
That's some serious copyright stuff right there, man. I don't think I can get away with playing that footage on my
Surrounded by Keith.
God damn.
What movie is this from?
Planet of the Apes.
Big Merc 83.
Fucking great movie. Dude, that scene right there is phenomenal. Oh my god. Oh, it's a phenomenal scene right there.
Griffin. That's real guerrilla warfare.
Funny, Griffin. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Real guerrilla warfare. All right. So, let me see what else we got here.
Sativa user. Hashtag burnbake.
Burn BAYC. Go put that up.
Big Merc 83. If you got to be a monkey, be a gorilla.
It's crazy, man. Let's smoke to that.
Josh G.
Let's smoke about it.
Phil Ion has tons of great vids.
No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Been watching Workaholics, and Adam's like, "You want to schmuck
Sativa
about?
user. Hashtag NLRC cheers.
You want to schmuck about?" So Bitcoin went back down 19.9 and dropping. But Luna is at 66%. I don't know if I hold any Luna. I don't think I do. Did you guys enjoy that documentary? That was some crazy shit, wasn't it? That was some all that cryptography shit, bro. Oh my god. It was fucking crazy. By the time they were done with that, I was fucking dizzy, man, from all that shit. I was like, oh my god.
Nays Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden.
Yes.
At Nays Garden
You
Show.
guys, please
At
come
Truthier
on
News
over to
for the full
Twitter.
podcast experience.
Please come to Twitter. It's
YouTube
3
channel
channels.
at Truthier News on Twitter.
At Truthier News, at Nays Garden, and at Nays Garden Show. Please follow all 3 of those channels. And go
Josh
retweet my
G.
stuff, man. Go
It's all
retweet it.
cryptic as fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, schmeggy me. So I got some work to do out in the yard. I see. I'm pulling the weeds out by the root, try to put an end to the onslaught. It seems to be helping a lot. I'll be getting some weed killer here. And I will kill the weeds. I got that rock garden almost completely cleaned out. Just working on it basically one bed at a time. I planted some new plants that looked nice, man. That was some pots where the plants had died in them. And I put a palm in one of them that looks beautiful. And then I replanted this plant that had gotten knocked over, and it's not doing all that great yet, but hopefully it'll come back. It's not dead. So been out there with the hedge trimmer, fucking trimming shit, working like crazy. But I'm not gonna go out there today and work. I was thinking about it, but no, I'm not gonna do it. One weed is growing by the creek, and it's got all these beautiful yellow flowers
Big
all
Bang
over it.
Rip Pa. Cheers, y'all.
Big Bang Griffin, cheers, buddy. Heal you. Heal you. I don't want to pull some crypto out, man. It's no big deal. I think I'm going to do it. Just buy some more. Ooh, there's a hawk. Just ate them all. Gulp. Thanks, hawk. Pretty cool. Just buy some more at these low-ass crypto prices. You know? I might take some out first. We'll see. We'll see what it do. Big drop right now. Holy shit, look at that. I wish I'd taken some when it was at 23.5, man. Holy shit. I fucked that up.
Gamer 9757. I'm waiting for it to go lower.
Yeah, well, I should probably pull out a little bit right now. Before it goes any lower. Well, but Joe H gave us the Bollinger Bands, so let's see. We're at 19.8 right now. The Bollinger Band is at 820. So we're above 820.91 right now. And it's at 886, 881. And we'll just keep our eye on that, you know? Alrighty. That's what's up. I will see you guys on the next show. I don't know when it'll be. It's probably going to be a while. Don't expect a show anytime soon, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it while it was going. Right now, I will see you guys later. You guys take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.